Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Thursday. How are we this morning? I hope all is well with everybody out there. Let's see who's in the house with me today. We've got Miss Lana Banana here, buzzing in 2.5 hours early. I love you, Lana Banana. Lisa's here and Rebecca is here. Ooh, it's nap time in an actual napping room today, so headphones it is. Perfect. I hope they just started their nap, then you can hang out with us even longer. Lisa, yes, throw out words of the day. That's right. I do have a word of the day. I just set it up after I saw Lisa mention that because I was like, oops, hang on. Let me put a word out there before everyone starts trying to guess what it is, right? Oh my goodness. How are you guys? What are you up to? What are you doing? I have started, as promised, I am working on the Hexi Wrap Cardigan. So this is Shy's pattern, and all of that is in the details below. But yes, that's my Hexi Cardi Wrap. I am working on the bottom ribbing. So this is the bottom of the hexagon, right? Or the Hexi Wrap. So when I get it to the stitch marker, I need to create a little, it's basically like a little hole, little gap that the long, what do you call it? Ribbon? No. What do you call that? The wrap part of it. Whatever you want to call it, the wrap thing that wraps around, does all the things, but it's got to have a hole that it goes through, I guess. So that is where I need to make that. And then I don't need the one on the other side. I got a little ahead of myself because you only need it on the one, so I could take that one down. Hello, Kimberly. How are you, my dear? Are you poolside? I'm going to ask you that every day now in the summertime. Melissa G is in the house. Hi, Melissa. Welcome in. And Monique, hello, hello. Are you back home getting to work on your whips? Or are you still, I assume you're probably not at the doctor still. That would be a very long appointment. Oh my gosh, arrow. Oh, squirrel. Yeah. So you're trying, yes, word of the day. Try to pick out some words of the day. This one is something that is visible. It is a noun. That's all I'm saying. So we'll see if anybody guesses it. And then as we go on chit-chatting here, we'll go from there. So yeah, I ended up this morning, I was like, okay, let me just watch. Shy has a full tutorial on how to make this. So I figured I'd watch the part I needed to so I could figure out what I was doing. And that way when we're hanging out here, I wouldn't have to be also looking things up, you know? And so I did that and I started working with it. And I don't know if you guys remember. So the biggest reason that this got put on such a long hold is because remember how I told you that the only yarn I could find, I ran out of the yarn. The only one I could find was this Karen Simply Soft that was such a close color. I felt like it would work well. And then the only problem with that was that it's 4-ply, and this is not. I think Hobie Horizon is 3-ply, but it's so soft that I had to de-ply the yarn, and it was a hot mess. We were doing that. I used the plied version of the yarn for just getting a little bit of the color around the sleeve, just so that they match. You know, they both have that dark blue. And then I started trying to work that up on the bottom ribbing, and it was very annoying. And because it's de-plied, like if you just look at it here, it's now in my scrap bag, but this is after I've taken 2 out of the 4, right? And so as you're working with it, do you see how they kind of like, once you've kind of pulled them apart, they don't really want to twist. This one's twisting decently, but like they're not as twisted up. And so as you're working with it, it just gets very holy and just doesn't look as nice when you're doing the ribbing, because the ribbing, the type of stitch, it's a half double crochet worked back and forth basically. And then as you're going along, you're just slip stitching up the line a little bit, turn it, keep going on your ribbing. So it just wasn't looking right. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try it again. I'm going to just use it as it is, the 4-ply as it is, because it's soft. So it's like a thinner 4 weight, I guess. And I think it's coming out nice. Like I'm not upset about it. I think it's going to be fine for bottom ribbing and for the neck ribbing. I think it'll be okay. So we're going to just go with it, and it's much nicer to work with it this way. Oh my gosh, nobody's guessed it yet. How funny. We're still waiting. I'll let you know if anybody guesses it though. Let's see here. Morning, Sam. Nice to catch it live. Yes, I actually had, what was it? I guess it was in Kim's live. She was trying to be live this morning, but then internet went out. But yeah, I was in a live this morning. There was somebody else from Australia there and said, hi, good, how's good night kind of a thing, because it's totally different time zone, right? Happy time zone. So it was nice to see somebody else also from Australia. And let's see here. Just got home from Indianapolis from concert. Oh, how was that? How was that concert last night, Kimberly? You're ready for a nap? That's right. It's my dirty chai. This time, though, I don't have the concentrated chai that's unsweetened. So rather than adding the little bit of like a sugar-free Turani vanilla that I usually do, we had bought some Oregon chai that is already sweetened. And so I put a little bit of that in and omitted the vanilla, and it's very good. Very, very good. Get it, Joe. Hello, my dear. Hi, Arlena. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. No, gosh, you guys. Think about something that's behind me that's different than you usually see. That's my next clue. I didn't bother putting music on today, you guys, because I was watching back a little bit of the replay of the last one. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I probably don't have it up loud enough, but if I have it up louder, then I think I won't be able to focus on talking to you guys. So it's probably better just to, for now. Oh, good. I'm glad you had a good time. The last concert I went to was with my sister-in-law and her sisters and her mom. It was a country concert. It wasn't somebody that I had listened to much at the time, but she really wanted to go, and they had an extra ticket, so I went. And oh my gosh, I felt so old. Like, just the fact that it's so late in the evening, I got so tired. And then by the time you get out of the concert, you had to trek back to your car. And then everybody's trying to leave the big, convention center at once. And so it was like after midnight, we got back home. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't be doing concerts all the time. So I get why you're tired. I get it. Oh my goodness. Did anybody say it? Oh, Melissa's getting closer. Melissa's getting closer. I'll say that. You don't pay close attention, Lisa. You're so funny. Basket. That's close. Getting close. You're getting warmer, Rebecca. Oh my goodness. I feel like we're doing like an Easter egg hunt or something. That's too funny. So you guys know I've been sewing a lot more lately. I've been so excited about sewing plushies. Like, I want to sew wearables, but the last thing I sewed, as you know, did not come out the way I wanted it to. And instead of fitting my husband, it fits my son. Oops, somebody got it. Somebody got it who has a chicken that hangs out in the kitchen with her. Oh my goodness. Something fluffy. There's actually two back there. Oh my goodness. It was hot. Oh, so it was outside concert then? Wow. Oh my goodness. But yes, Melissa got the word of the day. The word is cloud. So here we go. Go ahead and put in the word cloud, you guys. So we'll do the drawing in a little bit here, but you have lots of time to put in the word cloud. It should catch it once if you just put it in once, but we always say just throw it in a few times. You never know. You can't overthrow it in, so you'll be good. Good job, Melissa. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Lisa, I have started this month doing a monthly appreciation for you guys. And so I'm going to start going through the things that I buy stuff as I see it. And I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I would want that, or when Joann's was having all their markdowns and stuff. And I saw some cool things. I started picking up lots of extras, and that way I could piece them out into different little goodie bag kind of things. So I put together a monthly appreciation bag, and I'll draw the name at the end of the month. So this is full of lots of fun things, including a crochet kit to make this really cute mermaid, and it comes with all the yarn and everything. So cute. So that's what you're playing for basically, but it gets you entries in. So I'll draw 5 names. The first 4 get 2 entries in. The last one gets 10 entries in. And members get entries as well for being a member. Gifted memberships get entries. Super chat, super stickers, super thanks on videos, all that kind of stuff. You all get entries in for the monthly appreciation. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, where was I? Let's go back to half double crochets. I forgot how much I enjoy half doubles actually. At first I started off because in the video she says, okay, you're doing the ribbing just like you did on the sleeve, but I didn't do the ribbing on the sleeve part because I get hot, so I didn't want to make a full sleeve, so I just have it just a shorter sleeve. So anyway, I was like, okay, cool. So I go back, but of course, being me and rushing, I didn't listen to the second part of what she said at the bottom ribbing part, which was that follow along with this, except instead of doing 3 slip stitches back up when you get back over here, you're supposed to do 4 just on the bottom, right? So the very beginning, I was only doing 3 for about that far of it, and I couldn't be bothered to rock it back. So now I'm doing 4 and hoping for the best. But I think it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. You saw a fluffy white thing. You're like, I have no idea what that is. Oh my gosh. It's only the bane of my existence, Lisa. It's only the bane of my existence. I love it. However, I don't know if you guys were on Mama G's last night. I was like legit freaking out. Because sewing, okay, this fabric is delicious, right? However, it sheds when you cut it. It sheds everywhere. Little bits of cotton everywhere. And then as you're sewing it, so I sewed it, I cut it for 2 of them. So this stuff got everywhere. It got, oh, Katie Jo, thank you so much. Yes, happy birthday to all the July birthdays. Yes, that's right. Are you one of the July birthdays, Ganny Joe? Or no? Yeah, so anyway, it just got everywhere. But the worst part about it was it got in my eyes. It got all over my eyes. Like I felt like I was carrying around 2 cotton balls and trying to blink through them. And it was pokey and itchy, and I couldn't get that feeling away. I washed my face. I changed my shirt. I was trying my best to rid myself of these cotton ball eyes. I put eye drops in, and I just couldn't, like after Mama G and Rusty were done, they were saying, hey, does anyone want to just do a quick live? Because I think it was Mishi had canceled her live because of weather and heat and all of that. And I thought, gosh, I should do that. But it was so irritated. I lost all my eye makeup because it's just like, I just couldn't. So I was uncomfortable and I didn't end up doing that. But I did read a little bit, which was very nice. I haven't read in years, I feel like. It was nice to do that. Yes, Rebecca, 100%. That's what my husband said. He's like, maybe you need those safety goggles if you're going to do that stuff again. And I said, yes, I think I need that. And I may even get like the little paper masks, because it's so tiny, all the little tiny bits of fluff. Like, it's bad, you know, when you're working with cotton yarn even, or any kind of fiber yarn, and it starts making your nose itch and stuff, you know, the little flicks are going everywhere. But that one, I knew it was going everywhere. I could see it all over the floor. So yeah, hot mess. But what I'm working on is my first the first one that I wanted to do out of this book. So I will do a review on this book when I'm done. But I've started to make the little mouse, and these are like little arms. I have to do the sewing of the edges, but I did all the machine sewing. And then I made the bits. This is actually upside down. I made the bits so far for doing this cute little tiny bunny that is separate from the pattern that I'm doing. But yeah, and doing those clouds after I'd already struggled to do 5 pom-poms that day. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing to myself here? This is the one I'm working on right now. Isn't that cute? I thought that was so cute. And I ended up going with, I feel like they're almost Halloween colors. There's definitely fall colors. So these are both purples. I don't think you can see it from far away, but look how pretty those two are together, right? So there's 2 purples, orange, like a goldenrod, and then this is a green, like a really nice moss green. And I thought those colors just worked really well together. So, oh, sounds good, Ganny Joe. And tell Ava and Lexi that I say hi. Frizzy says hi. Monique is a July birthday. Nice. Happy early birthday, or maybe it's past, so happy birthday. You're supposed to be a July baby, but was too impatient to wait. Story of my life, Lisa says. So you're a June birthday then, right, Lisa? The probably tail end of June. Yeah, it's been fun, Rebecca. I'm really enjoying getting my sewing machine and doing some stuff on that. But I thought so too. Yeah, those colors just look so nice together. And I know it'll give off a different vibe than the one that they have in here, because the one in here is more pastels, like very, very light colors, probably meant for a young child's room. But this is meant for me. So. Ooh, I'm the 28th of October, Lisa, so we're just months apart. But yeah, and then I made 2 for potentially one of 2 reasons. One, my mom is going to snatch one up, because that's what my mom does. She likes when I make something new and she's like, oh my God, that's so cute, I want it. That way I would have a backup. Or if she doesn't say she wants it, then it would then be something that I could sell in like a future dibs sale. So those are my 2 potentials. We'll see what happens. You haven't had your machine out in a long time. Yeah, I have so many plans, so many things I want to make. I want to do wearables, I really do. And I bought a lot of fabrics before Joanne's kaput skied on us. So I have a lot of fabric, and my sister-in-law actually on Taco Tuesday said she's just now getting a machine with intentions of trying to find a hobby that she really likes. And I said, well, please don't buy any fabric, because I have 2 tubs full of fabric, and you don't need to buy any unless it's like something, you know, if there's something specific she's making or wants. But if she's just practicing, she may as well just help me use my stash. Oh my goodness. Hi, Amy. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then basically, I also told her that if at some point she decides to go into any kind of yarn craft, please also don't buy any yarn and come and shop in my stash, because, you know, yeah, I have a lot. And which is great. I love having all the yarn. It's pretty, it's nice to look at, but yeah, she definitely does not need to buy any. Auntie Jenny. Lizzie just came in. Lizzie B just came in.
Why does she need yarn?
Well, she doesn't need yarn, but if she decides she wants to do a yarn craft of some sort, like knitting or crocheting, she can shop from my stash. Yeah, that's right, Rebecca. Your mom did the inner lining, right, for the chicken bags. That's how this all started out, was that Amber made a really cute bag that was done with 4 granny squares on, either side of the bag. And then she has another piece that goes around and gives the bag thickness, and then has 2 nice straps, like nice thick straps. And then she did an inner lining. So I started buying things with the intentions of, oh, I'm going to make bags, and I still plan to, but I bought way more fabric than I needed for inner linings. So, okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are you guys working on? What is on your hooks today? My sister-in-law is coming over this afternoon. She texted this morning and said, hey, want to pop in visitors? Want to have some pop-in visitors today? Come hang out for a little bit. So I think it'll be her and my nephew, Aiden, will probably come over and hang out for a bit this afternoon. So that'll be fun. Maybe she'll shop my stash. We'll see. She didn't get a chance to on Tuesday, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, so there's that. And then we've got Dee's Creative Hands and Mama G Gear are having their dib sale this afternoon. So if you guys, you can find them in the description down below, but it's going to be on Dee's Creative Hands. It's going to be on her channel. So they're having their dibs sale, and they'll be showing off some beautiful yarns up for dibs. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Good to see you, my dear. Okay, chain 2, flip it around, and keep on working. So yeah, I've got this I'm working on. I want to probably work on the mice, because I've got the 2 mice right here. So they're kind of like the eye will be here, the nose is up here, right? And then they have, like, I think, little whiskers. I still have to put the ears on, so there's 2 ears. And then the way the hands will go, it's kind of like he's holding the edge of the hot air balloon. So it's something like kind of like in the front where the pom-poms are. And then this is the basket of the hot air balloon. So where I put the pins is where the pom-poms go around the outside. And it has, like, you work in the back loops, so you got this little kind of ribbing around the base of the basket, which is pretty cool. And then I like it. They use, actually, I have some. I know I have some somewhere. We'll see if I can find it quickly. Hi, Mandy. Welcome in. But they, that thread that is like a gold sort of thread, that's what she wants me to use for the strings that come up and attach to the cloud. So I have some. I just need to find that. But yeah, that'll be cute. Hi, Blair. Welcome in. How's it going? Rebecca brought the scarf, but I can't concentrate on it here. Aw. Is it one that you have to really focus on the pattern for? Ropa vieja. That sounds delicious, whatever it is, because it sounds like it's probably Mexican food. And I love Mexican food. It's my favorite. I'm doing well. My eyes don't feel like cotton balls today, so that's good. I think I've managed to get all the cotton out from these clouds that I did yesterday. But yeah, so I'll probably work on the 2 mice today. I do need to also work on the frog tutorial. I'm at the part now where I need to connect the legs and then build the body up. So, oh, checkered pattern. Gotcha. Yeah, that does take a bit more focus then. Mine is literally just half double crochets, and then until you hit the base part of it, and then you do those slip stitches. So it's pretty easy. I lucked out. It's something I can do while I'm live. I don't have to focus too much. Cuban. Ooh, that sounds good too. My grandfather and great-grandfather were Cuban. Oh, yummies. Yummy. Anytime there's like Cuban sandwiches available, my husband always gets Cuban sandwiches because he loves them. Can't hear, but says hi if you could wave. Hello. How cute. So she's supposed to be napping, huh? She's like, what you watching? I want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do that because I see this other stitch because it's like the turning stitch. And I keep seeing it thinking I need to go into it, but I know that I'm probably not one that I need to go into. And then otherwise I'm going to add an extra stitch, which we don't want that. So it's probably because of how I'm turning it. Normally I would turn this way, but if I keep turning it like that, it just gets twisted. So I kind of cheat and turn the other direction. And I don't think people will notice if I turn one way versus the other. It's these little things that we do, right? Just to make our life a little bit easier. So, but yeah, I was trying to do it the other way before I went live, and I'm like, yes, it's not working for me. All right, so now I'll go back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go into this one. Killian, hello. And hi, Rosie. Just stumbled on my live while solar dyeing some hand spun yarn. Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds lovely, Rosie. Thank you. Look at that. I can't claim any sort of help in doing this. This was all from the Hobie Horizon yarn. So it does all the color changing for me. And I can't remember what the name of this one is. It's like Tropical Seas or something like that. But yes, I love this one too. I actually had a little bit left over. And I hang them here now, you guys, so that they can hang out with me when I'm not wearing them. But these are my little yip yip earrings that I made with the leftover little tiny bit that I had of leftover from this Hobie Horizon. So yeah. It's fun times. But yes, they hang out with me over here now on a clip that I have. Wow, that's pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know it's hard to like show it off, but that's okay. I am thinking about, because of this ribbing that I do like the ribbing a lot. So I am thinking about doing maybe a little tiny ribbing around the sleeves. I did like just doing the, continuing the granny stitch around, but I don't know. It would be nice to have a little tiny one, there. The yip yip, yeah, the yip yips are, I'm going to do a tutorial for the earrings because I'm taking originally the Repeat Crafter Me's tutorial. She made bigger yip yips, right? Like much bigger ones. So I'm trying to take that, and basically I first tried it out and I made it with thread and a lace hook. So this was the thread and a lace hook one. And then I thought, you know what? That's not accessible for everybody because those are really hard things to work with. So let's try to make it with like a 4-weight yarn and just change the pattern up and that kind of thing so that everybody can make some little earrings if they want to. So, all right, Rebecca, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for popping in, and tell the kiddos I said goodbye. I know I love the Yip Yips too. They're so cute. Okay, working back up. Killian, what are you working on? Or are you on your lunch? I thought you said you had, do you have this week off or part of the week off or something? Or are you working? Trying to remember. Yeah, the Hobie Horizon is lovely to work with. It's just, I want to say it's a 3-weight yarn. So it is thinner than I usually work with. It might even be a 2-weight, but I think it was a 3. Yeah. Yeah, thread is so hard. And on the last live I started working on, I haven't done any more than you guys saw last time if you were with me, but I'm doing a floppy cat with thread and a lace hook, so a 1mm hook. That's an ear. So yeah, it's going to be really cute, but it's definitely not something I can do all the time. My hands don't like it as much as they like a thicker yarn and bigger hook. So, oh, good, Melissa. For the earrings, you gonna make some? You vote ribbing on the sleeves brings it all together. Yeah. Well, now that I know that this one works okay without having to deply it like I was doing, I think it'll be okay. But I had to, because I ran out before I had finished the sleeve. I had run out. There wasn't going to be enough to go all the way around. And so I had to take the 4-ply, make it 2-ply, because that matched the weight of the original Hobie yarn. But if I can just use the 4 weight as it is, I will go with that, and we'll make a little ribbing. Not as thick or anything, but the micro crochet, the skull. You're like, please, no, please. It does, Rosie. Yes, it does. I've made a few things, and I show these periodically, but because there's really not too many things that I've made, but I've made, this is a little tokebi, which means demon, actually, in Korean. But it's a character from a Korean drama that I liked. And then the little sun. But yeah, it's tough. Your hands really have to be able to work with it. And some days are better than others on that front. So yeah, deep. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then I started killing, I was saying, I started trying using the deplied yarn on here on the bottom ribbing, and it just looked too, because of the stitch, it just looked like it wasn't really connected. Like, you know how this makes a nice piece, right? It was just almost like webbed, if that makes sense. It did not look good. So that's why I was like, okay, this isn't working now. What am I going to do? Melissa, you lucked out. You know, if you can't do it, you've got a daughter that'll do it for you, right? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I think it was not yesterday, day before, when I had my live last, there was 2 girls that are sisters, Maya, I think it was Maya, and Ava were the 2. And it was funny because Maya does the crocheting and Ava sews everything together for her. I was like, that's like a match made in heaven, right? It's like when my mom does the sewing in of the yarn tails for me, especially on those corner to corner graph gans that I do. Oh my gosh. You need somebody to take over the part you don't like. Yeah. I mean, I am. The reason I didn't do it on the other ones before was because it was thicker, but I think as a ribbing around the waist, it's going to be fine. Allegedly, hopefully it'll be fine, but it seems fine so far. So far so good. We're going with it. And that was what was making me not want to do this and not want to finish this project, but I am excited to keep going with it. Hi, Helix. How's it going, my friend? What are you working on? What whips are you whipping on here? Yeah, no, to deply the yarn killian, I took both my parents and I, because it wants to coil back on itself or tangle, right? Because it's like, no, don't pull me apart. Don't pull me apart. You can just hear it. It's like, ah! You're trying to, and then yeah, we had to have one end was with like my mom, one end was with me, and then my dad was trying to keep the yarn skein end, you know, untwisted as much as possible. It was quite comical, actually. But we would give up at about that size of a little ball. So we would just be making tons of these tiny little balls. Ugh, so annoying. I don't recommend doing that. You know, I guess when they're spun into the plies that they are, they're really not meant to be deplied like that. They certainly fight you on it, that's for sure. So anyway, I had bought 2 different types of yarn. hoping to make it work for this Hexi Wrap before. This is all before Joann's had closed. So I had gotten this Caron Simply Soft because the Hobie Horizon has a little sheen to it. I don't know if it's going to pick up on here, but it has a little sheen to it versus like just a regular acrylic type yarn, you know? I know, right, Helix? That is love right there. So this has the same sheen and it matches the darkest area color that's in there. Maybe slightly darker, but I think it's pretty close. The other one I had was this color, the Seafoam green. So it was this color. It was even thicker though. It was definitely not going to work right. So this was a better choice of the two, but yeah, it's never easy, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to dive back in here. So I was looking for the right hook size and I couldn't find the hook I was using when I started this project. And so I looked in my bin and I found two others this is a G hook. It's a 4mm hook. So nothing fancy or anything, but I found this one, this metal one. And then the other one I found was this one, which is more of a, I don't know, I think it's like a plastic more than a metal. It might have metal in it, but the outer side of it feels kind of plasticky. And this one squeaks up the wazoo, you guys. So I don't know. I did not like that. This one does not squeak though. So we went with this one. Hi, Rowan. How are you? Nice to see you here. I'm glad you could make the live. The unplying sounds like a nightmare, right? Oh my gosh. You were doing the opposite yesterday, plying my handspun. Well, I think yarn wants to be plied, right? It feels like it wants to twist together, especially when you've got like the two cords that you're putting together on the spinning wheel. I've never spun, Rosie. I've only seen my friend Shy do it in her videos. So I would like to try that sometime, but yeah, I have not yet done that, but it looks like fun. So does dyeing yarn. So those are eventual things, but I've got too many things going on right now. I should not be adding any additional crafty business to my list. Rowan, what are you working on? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I got to turn again. Boop. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure I go into the right one here. The sheen looks so nice, but it's difficult to find. Yes. Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I've heard so many people say they don't like the Simply Soft yarn for whatever reason. I'd never really used it. I've used Caron yarn before, but not the Simply Soft. But it's very similar to the Hobie Horizon, so it's working up nice. I'm just glad that I didn't have to deply all the yarn to make this ribbing. That would have sucked. But if you guys are just coming in, the word of the day is cloud. So if you could type that in. Right now we only have 7 entries so far. I'm going to be drawing names that will get entered in for the monthly appreciation giveaway. So this gets you like free entries into the appreciation giveaway this end of this month that I'll be picking. You're working on a granny square blanket with a bunch of different size granny squares. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. I saw one like that. It's in that style, and it was super neat because, let me see if I've got a piece of, I thought I had one nearby, but maybe I don't. Oh, here it is. So there's a gem. It's a lab created gem. It's called bismuth. So this is bismuth. Do you see that? Isn't that pretty? So it's got like these really pretty squares, but if you look at the squares that it makes here on the edge, on the edging, somebody made a cardigan to look like bismuth. So if you can picture it, it's those colors, right? So the jewel tones, it's like green, purple, blue, that kind of stuff. And somebody made one and it would have like the yarn itself had all those colors in it. And then it would have like a big square and then little squares and all different size squares pieced together to give that effect of bismuth. I thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, I want to make that. Do math to figure out how to fit the squares together, or are you just winging it? Oh my gosh. Hi, Tina. How's it going? Welcome in. Yes, put in cloud. Okay, we got 13 entries so far. Definitely write in the word cloud before I do any drawing of names. Melissa, not usually. Not usually. Your name's on here. I can see your name on here. But yeah, you don't usually need to, but just to be certain, for whatever reason, if there's a glitch and it doesn't count it. Isn't it, Rowan? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so cool. If I could just find, if I knew where it was, if you look up, how did I find it before? I found it on Pinterest. That's how I came across it. And the pattern, I think the pattern is also available, but I looked up like bismuth cardigan or something like that. I think it even had, she made it with a hood, and it was kind of a younger girl wearing it. It came out so pretty. Hi, Manuela. How are you? How's it going? Back from the grocery shopping and joined your live. Nice. What kind of top are you making? Like a tank top or short sleeves? Do tell, do tell. So Amazon had a Prime Day the other day, and I bought some more books. They're not craft books, they're actual books. I was looking up, Tina came in, so I thought about books because Tina likes books. Says Tina reads and crochets. But yeah, so I've been looking up books that give you the vibe of a Studio Ghibli film. And you can actually find videos, people comparing other books to Studio Ghibli films. Pretty cool, I thought. So I got some of them. So I'm excited to start reading them. I started reading one, and it's something about like, what is it? The Secret Society of Irregular Witches or something like that. Like pretty interesting. So short sleeve top by MJ's Off the Hook. Nice. Sounds good. And Rowan has it all mapped out on graph paper and joining as I go and highlighting each square as I finish it on my paper. I'm over half done. Nice. Very cool. That's a great idea too, to join as you go so you have less ends to sew in later, I would assume. Yeah, that's a great idea. Hello, Red. How is it going in Michigan? Welcome in. And hi, Liz. Did you read that one, Tina? How funny. Yes, it seemed like a cute book from, I just read the back of it, but it sounded like a good read. So I grabbed that one. Hang on, let me just grab this stitch here, and then I'll show you the other ones I got. Because one of them is really cool. I want to show you something that this author, with their publisher, that they did, and I thought it was super unique. So I got these other ones. I have one coming today too, actually, but I got this one called The Lost Bookshop. How far will you go to find your story? So that one looked good, and I look at all the gold, pretty gold foiling. Look at that. It's exciting. But this one I thought was very interesting. So it's called Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. But what's interesting about it is that if you take off the cover, the book itself is really pretty. And you can see like the paper cranes and stuff. And inside the flap, it shows you how to fold this to look like a boat where the characters are sitting in the boat. How cool is that? I thought, and that's got to have some sort of symbolism or something in there, but you can see on the back cover, see the characters, and they even give you, those look like almost like fold lines probably. What a neat idea, I just thought that was super cool. Working on a rectangle corner to corner. Nice. Whip I've had in timeout. Yep. That's like me too. I've had this one in timeout as well. Yeah, I kept seeing it as one of the books to, oh, if you like this book, this movie or this book from Studio Ghibli, you should check this one out. And so I figured, yeah, I'm going to grab that. Did you read that one, Arrow? The Lost Bookshop one? Aw, thanks, Liz. I hope so. I hope so. I think I always have a good time with everybody that comes in. Oh, he's hacking up. Oh, gross, Mandy. Poor thing. And you have to be in the office too. You're just like, oh my gosh, put the earplugs in or something. Noise canceling headphones. Right? Yeah, Killian, I thought so too. At first, I thought it was a graphic novel when I just first saw it because of it looks kind of anime-ish, I guess, but it's not. It's a novel. I do too, Rowan. I really, being an author myself and illustrating my own books and stuff, like I value that a lot. Like I think it's really neat when you see these different authors doing creative stuff. For craft books, I think probably my favorite that I've seen is, do I have it here? I probably do. Hang on. Hang on. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Hang on. Bear with. Oh, here it is. Ugh. This one by Lolly Lala. And the reason I love it is because in the very beginning, she includes an entire story with the characters and uses her crocheted ones as the characters in the story. So you get a whole book with it, basically. Like, look how cute that is. I'd never seen anybody do stuff like that, so it's super unique. So yeah, it just makes you think and, gets the creativity going, but yeah. Oh, good. You liked that one. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, you can hear it through the noise canceling. So funny. Oh my gosh. I doubt he watches, so I'll say. It's like one of the, there's pet peeves. We all have them. And I've mentioned mine before about like, I don't like hearing people chewing or just making mouth sounds or breathing sounds. I just don't, it kind of skeeves me a little bit. My father-in-law actually will blow his nose and it's like a horn at the dinner table. And I find that really gross. It's like every night. I don't know why, but he always finds the need right in the evening at dinner time. And I'm just like, can you go in the bathroom and do that? Come on. Hi, Shade. Welcome in. How's it going? How you feeling? On a Monday, all of a sudden, my 20s are gone. What? Oh, is this your birthday? Your birthday is, you're only 19? Oh, no, wait. Your 20s are gone. Okay, excuse me. I read that wrong. You're 29. Oh, my gosh. I was like, you're 19? How is that possible? What? Oh, my goodness. Lost Bookshop's already in my library. Just haven't read it yet. Nice. I kept seeing that one, Rosie. I saw that one at Target every time I would go. And I'm like, oh, that looks so good. I even like the name. I've worked in a library system for many, many years back in California. So I love books. I love libraries. I think it's just, the vibe is super cool. And so, yeah, I saw that and I'm like, I even wanted to own a bookshop. There was actually a Nora Roberts, back in the time when I was reading a lot of like kind of chick flicky type books. And I was reading a lot of Nora Roberts. I liked her trilogies, and there was a Three Sisters Island trilogy about these three sisters that are witches, but one of them had owned a bookshop, and it was a bookshop cafe. And I just thought, what a cool idea. I would love to own a bookshop cafe because I've you know, I love books. I've worked at the library. Plus, I've also been a barista. My first ever job when I was 14 was a barista at a mom and pop coffee shop. So I love that mixture, right? So I was like, someday. Anyway. Exactly, Rowan. Yeah, it's a great gift for kids, getting them into crocheting. And yeah, and then you can read the story. Like if you've made them all for your grandkids or whatever, you can show the story to your grandkids. Yeah. Okay, what am I missing? Where's the little bear you were making? The little bear. Was I making a little bear, Liz? Jog my memory, jog my memory. I was making a little cat, tiny, tiny. That was on the last time. This is the ear. That wasn't a bear, though. Did I make a bear? It's possible. But I don't remember making a bear. There was a frog. Andy, you should keep me posted about the state fair exhibit if you get put in. I would love to come see it. Yeah, that would be cool. Then you'd actually get to see her work all displayed and stuff. How cool is that? The other day I walked by someone's cube and they were having quite the positive experience. Like, oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. That's too funny. They were on a whole different world, Andy, with their sandwich or whatever it was they're eating. I'm like, yeah, stop breathing. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Liz. Exactly. I just can't. There's certain things now, and it gets worse as I get older, that just trigger me and I can't handle it. Like, I don't like confined spaces or feeling confined in any way now that I'm older. I don't know. Aw, boo, Killian. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, the cat, the little cat. Yes, it's still just the ears. I haven't made headway on that because I've been working on sewing stuff from the Rose Minuscule book. So one of these days I will also get back into doing wearables, like trying to make them, sewing them. But yeah, I need to find a very easy pattern, I think. Or I need to watch a bunch of tutorials showing me how to read a pattern properly, because I bought the lounge pants pattern for making them, and then I got immediately overwhelmed when I opened it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, and there's all these little markings, and yeah, you're supposed to know what you're doing, I think, before you look at because it's just the pattern. Maybe it does tell you like cut here, do this, do that, but there's different markings that are, I believe, universal markings, you know, and I don't know what those are. So I need to brush up on my sewing repertoire of, you know, what all the little bits mean so I can make something. Okay, one more. Let's get that one. There we go. But yeah, if everybody has put in, I only have 14 entries, but if you guys have not yet putting the word cloud, I'm going to be picking some names here pretty soon. So you have another couple minutes to put in the word cloud in the chat. That enters you in for entries into our monthly giveaway. So put in that word if you haven't already. Look, I've almost hit the stitch marker. Yay! All right. Let's see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I can turn. Yeah, that's a good idea, Liz. Do you know how to sew? Are you a sewer as well? I've been really enjoying the plushies, but that's because I'm well versed in plushies. So just sewing them, the only difference is that I'm just sewing around the line as much as I can, and then I usually have to do whatever stitch, you know, to close it up properly and stuff like that. But it makes sense to me and how it works. That's how you've been learning. If you've found any really good ones that you enjoyed making, send those my way. Let me know so that I can look into them. There's actually, I want to make some wallets, some little small wallets. They're all, you know, basic shapes, rectangles and such, straight stitch, you know, straight lines, all that, and try something like that. See if I can make it come out okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if nobody else wants to put in cloud, then I'm going to go ahead and start drawing names. I've got 14 entries still. So I think Monique and Liz, we've got you guys in there. There's 25 watching. Oh no, don't start doing double crochets. What am I doing? Whoops. Sewing was your first craft? My summer school as a kid still offered home ec. Nice. Do they even offer that normally in school anymore? I remember we had wheel A and wheel B in middle school. And that one of them was more home ec-y. So it had like cooking, sewing, maybe drafting, I think was one. And wood shop. I think those were the 4 that it had. So it rotated, you know, you spent part of the year in one and then it would switch to the next and the next and the next. So, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun class. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just wonder if they teach kids that anymore. I can imagine them not doing that just for whatever reason. But they should, I think. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start drawing names. So, let's see here. Let me get my paper to write the names down. And a pen. Here we go. All right, choosing the first winner here. Melissa G. Good job, Melissa G. All right, Melissa G. Cool. So you got 2 entries in, and then we're going to roll again. And this one is Arlena. So Arlena, you got 2 entries in for monthly appreciation. And we're going to roll again. Oh, there you go. Good job, Allie. I got you in there. I see 15 entries. 100% optional. I think Mom had to pay for summer school. That's true. Yeah. And Kimberly gets 2 entries in. All right. And we're going to roll it again. Thanks, Liz. Yes, don't forget the thumbs, you guys. Helps the channel. Rebecca, I think she's already left, but Rebecca gets 2 entries in. And this is for 10 entries. This is the final for 10 entries. Here we go. There we go. Alley Cat Kimberly. Good job. You came in the last and you got the 10. Hi, Helix. All right. Good job. Cool beans. Yay. So I got everybody down. I got Ganny. Ganny Joe, I also got your super chat in there too. Ooh, I like that. Noir. Is it Noir or Noir? I guess Noir is usually N-O-I-R, right? So it's probably Noir. But Noir, I like that. I love the Saturns. Those are cute. Yes, congrats, everybody. So I do that every live. I'm going to be doing that throughout the month. So you've got 2 times a week usually, except for next week. I won't be here on Tuesday. I will be here on Thursday next week because we'll be out of town Monday to Wednesday. Yes, congrats to all the entry winners. Exactly. And you guys always, let me know if you want me to go through again and show you what's in the monthly appreciation. But I did show it the first of the month just so that everybody could take a look. But it's interesting. I was noticing before I came on live that some of the tutorials I put in way back have started to catch the algorithm. Al Gore and his rhythms, as Mama G says. I have no idea how. I'm not complaining about it. I'm very excited about it, but it just seems like you just never know. Like there's stuff that you might have posted years ago and it just catches the algorithm at some point, you know, and it just starts to take off in some way. Like one of them is the little dinosaur that I put out. I have a right-handed and a left-handed tutorial. Thank you, Shade. But one of them's gotten like 7,000 views now, the right-handed one, which is amazing. And it's just like learning how to crochet, basically. It's making, instead of just making a ball, let's make it cute, right? So I was excited to see that. So you just never know, you know? Don't write them off. they could still pick up the algorithm. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Seaside. It'll be fun. Hopefully the weather's nice. I'm sure it'll probably be nice. Today it's a little overcast, but the weather has been warm, so I think it'll be a good time to go. It's a mysterious thing, Rosie. It really is. Yep. I know. See, that's the thing. Because there's so many people that will mention a channel and like, oh my gosh, yes, everybody knows this channel. Just like, I've never even heard of this channel. Why am I not being shown these channels, you know? It makes you wonder, what are they basing these things on? So your high school sewing teacher helped you take in my homecoming school dance dress. It was my first date with my husband. Oh my gosh. High school sweethearts. My parents were high school sweethearts too, Melissa. You don't get that much anymore, but I think that's amazing. So, yeah. They didn't go to the same high school though. They met through a friend on I think it was like, was it a church trip? It was like a ski trip that they started chatting and, you know, but they're close by. The high schools were fairly close by, but anyway, I just think that's cute. I grew up wanting that, you know, so badly, and then it just didn't happen. And like my husband and I didn't actually meet until, gosh, I think I was 25 when I met him. You guys are too, Mandy? Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I love that. Wow. That's so cool. I'm glad that that's still, you know, still happens. It seems like nowadays I think people get married later and later. So I would see it as being, thank you. You saw my BB shirt. You were 17 and he was 19, almost 20. Aw. How sweet is that? So, you know, every little bit about each other at that point. You know, you guys have pretty much grown up together if you're high school sweethearts, right? Together 19 years. Wow. That's so cool. We've been together 15 years, my husband and I. My brother was saying him and my sister-in-law, they've been together. They've been married this whole time, but because they were together quite a bit, because they were that same age that, like, she was 17, I think, when they got, or maybe she was 19, but around that age when my brother met her. And they're coming up on 20 years that they've been together. It's like, oh my gosh, how the time flies. My goodness. It's crazy. Married for 12. Yeah. We've been married, actually the same. We've been married for 12 and we've been together for 15. So is that a stitch? I think I just went into the one that I wasn't supposed to go into. Now I can't get my hook back. Give it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did I end up with 9, you guys? What did I do? Oh, no. Maybe I just worked into... Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Just going into the wrong stitches. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now I'm going to hop back down and do the slip stitching here. Huh. Get me all flustered there. You were 17, but he was 18. I am working on the ribbing of a Hexi Wrap Cardigan. So this is the bottom ribbing and the sleeves. So I did not do the long sleeves like she did, but I think I might do a little ribbing. I don't know. I think I'll do a little one. I don't think I'm gonna, I think it would look weird if I try to like cinch it in. I'll probably just let it be the size that it is, just because they're going to be short sleeve. And I don't know. Wouldn't that look weird, you guys, if I start trying to cinch it in, but cinching it in higher? I just think that would look weird. 38 years for you guys, Melissa. That's amazing. I love that. So yes, it's a pretty color. I like it. Well, pretty colors, lots of colors. It's very vibrant. All right, where am I? Here I am. This year is the year we've officially been together for more than half our lives. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yep. Hi, Maddie. Good to see you. Welcome in. Oops, hang on. I got all twisted up here. There we go. Okay, so now I know I'm supposed to go past the stitch marker and do the slip stitching. Okay, so I'll take the stitch marker out now that I know I need to make my little hole thing. This is the part I have to think about here for a second. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I wrote it down because I didn't want to have to check on the video. Where did I write it? There it is. Okay. Now I'm turning it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure I don't go into one of the stitches that I just made. 1, 2, 3. What are you working on, Maddie? 4. Chain. Wait, I don't think I did that right. I wonder if it was a chain 4, skip 4, or chain 2, skip 2. 4, 4 is 8. No, I think I needed to do 2 half doubles. Hang on, I'm talking to myself, you guys. I have to talk myself through this. You've got this, Julianne. I'm talking myself through it. Okay, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now do 2 more half doubles. There we go. And again. There we go. See? So that creates that little gap that we'll put the cord through later. So anywho. Oh my goodness. So now I just have to finish the ribbing all the way to the other side. That's what I'm working on. No problemo. We've got this. So you guys have any plans for the weekend? Are you guys doing anything this weekend? Merlin is here with us, but you guys won't see him because he's sleeping currently. He is currently on his cart, enjoying a good nap. So he will probably not grace us with his presence. But I did take some funny pictures. Actually, I can show you guys. Hang on. Hi, Felicia. How are you? I am. Well, I'm trying to. I finally picked back up this one that was in timeout. I'm working on it. Okay, hang on a sec. I want to show you guys a couple of pictures because it was pretty funny. So I showed you guys, I showed my members the picture yesterday, I think it was, of Merlin. And he was sitting on my computer. But then afterwards, this is Arthur. This is our other cat that you may or may not have seen on the channel. But this is Arthur. This is where I'm at. So I am in the front of this computer. There's a windowsill behind, and that's Arthur squeezing himself into this tiny space, pushing over the computer box thing here, the plug-in box. And then that's another view. And I have these are amazing, by the way. These hot air balloons from Temu. They're solar paneled and they turn on at night and they look like flickering like fire coming up. I actually had a neighbor whose back window kind of overlooks and was like, tell me that that's a candle of some sort in your window and your house isn't on fire. I'm like, yeah, it's not a real thing. And then there's Merlin, same spot as Arthur was in. So there we go. Isn't that funny? They just knock over that thing. They're like, I'm going to just squeeze myself into this tiny space and see what happens. I kept thinking maybe I should get them one of those little window hammocks and try to put it above stuff so that they're not disrupting the electronic devices here. How come the chicken banana song started playing? Why? That's going to like... Oh my gosh, that was on TikTok apparently. I didn't even hit TikTok, but it wanted to hear the chicken and banana song. You're 44 and you've been married since you were 15. That's amazing. Yeah, 10 out of 10 cat behavior. Yep. Yes, that's right. 100%. They try to squeeze into the littlest spaces that are not meant for them, and they'll push everything out of the way. Oh my goodness. The whole place belongs to the cats. Oh my gosh, right? It's all theirs. Yep. Does it, so it must stick pretty well then in the window. It must like really, I don't know, have a good suction. That song haunts you. I know. I did not even click TikTok and it just starts playing chicken and banana. I'm like, that's going to demonetize this video. Be like copyright strike, and I'm like, no, it's not my fault. Oh my goodness. Yep, that one became popular too with the kids for a while. It was when I went to clear it away on my phone, it was like a CGI baby standing up next to a CGI banana dancing together. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh man. All right, so now I've locked that space in place and I'm working up my ribbing again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anywho, here we go. There's definitely lots of songs and things that haunt us, right, Mandy? From our kiddos. Because they get so, like, there was, Lizzie was telling me, you know, there's that song that is Lady Gaga sings it with Bruno Mars. And I really like the song. I sing along when it comes on in the radio, you know. Apparently it's no longer a cool song anymore. So apparently it's over. It's over, Mom. It's been over for so long. I'm just like singing along, you know. I'm like, I can't keep up anymore. I really like that song. Can't I just enjoy it, you know? They sing it to you constantly. The chicken banana song or the Lady Gaga one? 2, 3, 4. Monique. I know. I said to my son the other day, I was like, I'm just not cool, am I? I always thought I'm going to be this cool mom. I want to be really like a fun, you know, youthful mom. And I'm constantly like, he's shaking his head or like, oh, geez, Mom, you know, kind of thing. I said, I'm a really not cool son. He's like, oh, come on. I mean, I got to be cooler than some. I mean, we're better than some, maybe not as good as others. I don't know. Your kids have ruined plenty of songs for you, right? Yep. Just blast it when they're not in the car. Sing to our heart's content, Monique. Oh my goodness. That's too funny. I know, like there was I might have told you guys this, but there was there's a station that, you know, I remember being a kid and hearing, oh, it's the 80s, 90s, and today. Well, now it's the 90s, 2000s, and today, I think. And so I'm hearing some of these songs, and, you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so I know all the songs that they're playing, except for the occasional one that I guess probably came out today, and I don't know it. But my daughter's like, Mom, how do you know all these songs? And I was like, well, they played when I was younger, and so they're not cool anymore, I guess. And I'm hearing Ace of Base, and like, who else were, I mean, we were hearing some other ones too. Like, I got a Boston song in there too. I was very excited about, but oh, good. Maybe that's what it is, Monique. They have to be just a titch older. Like, James is just now into the point where he's getting embarrassed if we are like, oh, it's like our little Pookie. He's just like, I don't know them. So maybe we just wait it out a little bit, and then we'll be back to being cool again. But yeah, anyway, she's like, Mom, I want to hear songs that I know so I can sing them. I was like, okay. So we found a different station that is based out of Portland that will play the songs that are basically in all of their memes and stuff on TikTok.
Mama, when I'm done with my bath, can we get McDonald's? Because I'm Biggie.
Can't cheer. Green Day on classic rock.
I'm just hungry in general.
I
so can you give me like
in a minute. Trying to turn the volume down. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't know you were in Poland, Felicia. How cool. They'll come around, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Rowan, there was a person, what was it? There was a person at Dutch Bros one time that was talking about somebody they saw at like the grocery store. And they were like, oh yeah, they were so old school, like from back in the 80s. I was like, oh my God, that's me. I am that person. Are you talking about like somebody I went to school with? Probably. It's just weird. It's weird being on the other side of that, right? Like, I was always the youngest in my group of friends, and I always wanted to be older. And then you get to a point in life, I think, where you're like, slow down. Slow way down, please. It's going too quickly. I think Monique's cool. I concur, Melissa. I concur. All right. Hang on. Let me count and make sure I do need to go into that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I do. Okay. All right. Well, I'll probably head out so that's so weird. They got thicker all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. I don't know. I'm kind of talking to myself. It's more of a internal monologue here. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay, I think I picked up a stitch from something else in the back. Okay, we're good. We're good. Everything's good. But I'll probably head out, you guys. Just, I've got other projects I'm working on. So I do need to do some more filming on my tutorial for the frog. The next one to come out. But thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And I won't see you Tuesday, but I will see you next week on Thursday. So hopefully between now and then, I'm going to try to finish the tutorial. I would love to be able to post that next week for you guys, since I won't be here on Tuesday. So I do have a weekend between now and then. It's a possibility that I can get that put together. Aw, thank you, Lana Banana. Yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, okay? I will see you next week. Don't forget the thumbs on the way out, please. It helps the channel. And subscribe if you're not already. Consider joining our members. We have fun. I always say we have fun, but we do. We do actually have a good time. We hang out in Discord and such. All right. Bye, you guys.